Coming up on this episode of Solution Based Community presents the Get Together for the Love of Money, Part 2.
Many of us didn't grow up understanding credit, so our relationship with credit has to change in order for us to have now a healthy relationship.
A lot of people, you can start something, you see the money coming in, and then you spend, not knowing when you first start a business, none of that money is yours. It literally has to go back into the business because you have to replenish.
I had my wake-up call when I went to New York trying to go pass out my demo. They threw me in a bucket with 1,000 other dudes and was like, all right, I'll see you later, kid. And I didn't get anywhere until somebody I knew made a phone call, and then next thing you know, I'm on the top floor.
Like putting that energy out is why I know that my brand is successful, because I think that we get so caught up in trying to make our best friends our target market, and that's not our target market.
We're uniting more because we're actually seeing how the country views the Black community. And we're just like, wait a minute, we shouldn't be on competition because they already don't want us to win.
The reality is we are supporting each other a lot more than what everybody thinks. Right?
What we're doing on this platform is we're promoting growth. We ain't taking no step backs in this community.
Welcome back, family. Welcome to another episode of the Solution Based Community Podcast.
Yes,
is the Get Together. I'm your man, K-I-N-G King, and with me as always is my brother, the Elder Herb. What's good, bro?
Peace, brother. What's up with you, King?
Chilling. And once again, filling in for the brown girl back to keep us in line. The vivacious, the effervescent Dana Betts is back in the building. What up, Queen Dana?
What up? What's up? What's up?
All right. Now, today is part 2 of our series for the love of money. Last episode, we dealt with employment. Today, it's all about entrepreneurship in the community, the ups and downs, successes and failures, even realistic and false expectations. And to get into that, we have a great lineup of community members again. First up, back again from the last episode, great friend of the show and CEO of New Life Essence, Andrew Steezo Banks. What up, Steezo?
Yeah, try to do the whoa.
Yeah. My man. All right, and also from the last episode, we got Miss Black Greatness herself and the owner of Riley Lenore Enterprise, LLC, Flip My Legacy Credit, Financial Services, and Home Ownership Education, Recreating You Business and Life Strategy Consulting Agency. Sharice is back in the building. What up, sis?
Peace.
All right, and now this next community member is the CEO of the luxurious Lash line, I Love Mix, based out of New Jersey. We got Jermaine with us. Peace, family. What up?
Hi.
All right. And finally, this community member is the owner of Credit Deliverance Group. She helps people like you and me with financial education, coaching, and building and restoring credit. We got Yalik Solano in the building. What up, Jolly?
Hey,
Peace, family. What up?
All right. Now, just a reminder that you can catch this in every episode of the Solution Based Community Podcast on our new website, www.solutionbasedcommunity.com. Log in and check out all the content, all the videos, or hit the links and tune in on your favorite podcast platform. Elder Herb,
Peace.
sir, is it
What
hard
up, bro?
being an entrepreneur these days? Like, what's going on with us in our community with this, man?
You know what? I don't think we have enough, man.
No.
No, I don't think we have enough. And the whole inspiration behind this whole deal, man, is to get the money up. You know what I mean? Get the community up. It's a lot of resources, man, that we aren't afforded. It's a lot of our economy. We got a separate economy. You know what I mean? It's you know, the United States economy, and then it's the African American community economy. You know, our businesses right now are folding. African American, Black owned businesses, and actually the number is even higher, but it's of course two to threefold as white folk, right? But as we go to small businesses, the numbers is even higher. You know, we don't have the relationships with the banks like they do. We don't have the available resources, i.e. mom, pop, cousin, uncles, all that shit. You know what I mean? Wire me this, wire me that. You know what I mean? I ain't talking about no fucking Cash App. You know what I mean? I'm talking about wires. You know what I mean?
Right.
We don't have those things. I mean, at least a large majority of us don't have it. You understand? And these are contributing factors, along with the fact that, you know, we skeptical about each other, and I will go into that in a later note. But those are contributing factors, some of the contributing factors to our businesses failing. Now, the objective of this thing is basically to put us all on game, to share our knowledge, to share our experiences, to just basically share like we do every damn episode, right? But in this particular episode, it's a little bit more specific. It's specific to our community. It's specific to us uplifting each other. It's specific to us supporting each other in efforts to support each other. I'm gonna say it again. Supporting each other in efforts to support each other. So by me giving you the dollar, it starts the circulation. You understand? And our community is given an opportunity to build. I'm gonna go ahead and get us to the beautiful host, Dana, to ask the first question.
All right, so basically, I want to know, like, what are your business, your goals, your aspirations? Like, I want to kind of feel what you guys are pretty much all entrepreneurs here. You know, so what in your business, what do you hope to achieve? You know, I want to pass. I want to hear Jalit. What do you have to say?
Okay. So how's everyone doing tonight?
Peace.
So basically, one of my major goals, especially coming into the new year for 2021, is to be able to help at least 100 people or individuals build and or restore their credit. But not just really, I want to get people to the point where not only do they have good credit, but that they know how to leverage it, right? And they know how to use it to their advantage. Okay, so that's number one for me. I want to help people get into homes. I want, like I said, with the leveraging, I want to help people be able to, you know, use their credit to be able to, you know, build businesses, you know, invest in real estate, things of that sort. So it just doesn't stop at just having a good credit score, right? It's really important that people, one, understand financial education, right? Understand the importance of, you know, personal finance, paying bills on time, really the fundamentals, and then be able to just help people elevate and really level up.
So, you and Sharice kind of have, like, your businesses kind of overlap, and I see Sharice over there, like, she's like, yes, into it. What about you, Sharice?
Big on it, big sis.
How about your goals?
That's actually phenomenal. We definitely need more people who are educated on the financial services side that have a true understanding of how credit works, how to not just fix someone's credit, but to educate them along the way. Because let's face it, life is going to always happen. So when life happens, it's important that people know how to get ahead of that situation to keep their credit on the up and up. Having good credit is essential, especially in this day and time, not just for your personal life, but if we're talking entrepreneurship and we're talking about a show about business owners, in order to build business credit, it starts with your personal credit. And your personal credit starts with the changing of your mindset. Many of us didn't grow up in a financial household or understanding credit. So our relationship with money, our relationship with credit has to change in order for us to have now a healthy relationship. So my goals is very similar to this, sister, with having 25 years in the financial industry and mortgage lending, understanding guidelines, understanding how we're judged. Black and brown people are judged in the background. I've seen it all, believe it or not. I've seen things that you guys will probably be like, wait, they really are doing that in 2020? Yes, they are. So my goal in starting my company and walking away from corporate America was to educate as many people as I know with credit, with how to properly budget, how to create a budget and live by that, how to change their mindset and change their relationship with money, but also what homeownership looks like truly in the Black and brown community, because everyone is so focused on the score when it's more than a score. They're looking at your performance. They're looking at how you're handling money. They're looking at how many charge-offs you got. And sadly, there's so many credit companies popping up overnight. Oh, I can delete this. I can delete that. I can sweep this, not knowing that a lot of that stuff is illegal. And yeah, you get them to a credit score in 30 days or 60 days, but that stuff comes right back and you end up putting people in a worse situation than they were before. So if you take people who truly understand and can educate people, now they have control over their financial future. So that's what Flip Down Legacy is about. We're about helping people create generational wealth to change the legacy for their family and generations to come. So that's my goal, not just for 2021. That's what I've been rocking with for the past couple of years. And I want to go even harder. And I want to see more people join that initiative. You can't be a business owner and you got jacked up credit. You can't be a business owner and you don't know how to handle money, because your business won't grow.
So Tremaine felt that last piece. See, I don't mean I'm not jumping over you and you're hitting other girls. The Tremaine, she heard that last part, and she was like, when she was talking about relationship with finance. Yeah. So Tremaine, so these two ladies are sisters. They provide services. You provide something a little different. You provide a product. I'm actually rocking your product right now. Come through.
I see it.
You see me? I'm not here. Okay.
Nice.
Small plus.
Good plug.
So as you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So as your own small business, having, you know, your own services, what are your goals for not just next year, but just in the foreseeable future?
So the goal for me is to create multiple streams of income. I live in New Jersey. I'm single. I live by myself. So I just want to make sure that I'm good in all aspects. And also I want to be able to help other people create, you know, multiple streams of income. And just piggybacking off of Sharice, and just learning how to manage your business. A lot of people, you can start something, you see the money coming in, and then you spend, not knowing when you first start a business, none of that money is yours. It literally has to go back into the business because you have to replenish. So just realize that it's not easy starting a business. It is going to be times where you're like, what am I making? But you got to understand it's a goal of mine. You have to stick to that goal in order to see what it is that you want out of your business. So just more so just helping people understand that it is a journey starting a business, and you just have to be consistent, and you will start to see the income of money, and just build healthy relationships with people like you wear my products, you know what I mean? So that's a relationship that I have. And then just really getting to know people, networking, I'm meeting all of you guys, and then just building those bonds and relationships with people.
These. So we talked a little bit in the last episode about your beautiful, illustrious, did I say that right, King? Probably not. Your background.
It's okay.
Listen, I know what the word is. I just can't get it there. Like 75%. Yeah. So Steve, you moved to Atlanta earlier this year. Was it for your business? Was it to boost your business, or was that just kind of one of the reasons?
That was one of
the same question to you. I'm very interested in this CMOS thing. I meant to hit you up afterwards, but I'll do it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, exactly. I came to Atlanta. That was like pretty much the main reason why I stepped foot in the A. Like, it was because of that. I moved to the South thinking I was going to get this, you know, different vibe living in Jacksonville all of that time. And it was just like, Jacksonville, very black and white. You definitely got to understand your demographic when you're trying to put together businesses, this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? But it was good for me to move there. It was different from living up north. The hustle up north was super effective in the South, but you just can't get over the hump. Well, you couldn't get over the hump doing what I do in that city. So I needed to be where black people was respected, and the level, like, I can go into my stores looking like this and my hoodie with whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I still have my, you know, my apparel, my new life stuff or whatever, but I can be myself. And so that's where I wanted to be. I needed to be where people appreciated you for what you brought to the table, and not trying to like judge you because you was a certain skin color. So yeah, that was one of the deciding factors to move into Atlanta.
But in terms of your goals for this year, then what about your goals for, like, same question, like, for not just 2021, the foreseeable future as well?
So even moving to Atlanta was accomplishing one of my goals, because
come through.
What I do publicly, what everybody know I do is new life, and you know what I mean? But we also have gotten into commercial real estate investment. So our first property is down in Jacksonville being rented out currently. We came here because we want to buy a couple more properties, because the same property value, income to debt ratio, all of that here is equivalent to Jacksonville. Only difference is here you capable of making a ton of more money, like a whole lot more bread here. Like you make New York money in Atlanta. You see what I'm saying? You make Philly money in Atlanta, but the property value, depending on where you live, of course, you could buy homes, 200,000, 150,000. We talking 4 or 5 bedroom, three car garage in an acre or two. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you could really like stretch that bread. So we trying to put up a, 150, 200,000 here. So keep it going, keep that whole process rolling. But foreseeable goals for New Life, my focus specifically for New Life is to attain more stores. I started out only going direct to consumer, selling online, person to person. And then within 2 to 3 months, I bumped up to put my stuff in stores. So my next goal is to be 10 stores deep, which I might miss because it was for December to have that 10 stores. I'm 4 stores in now, pushing 2 more. Hopefully, I just had a presentation 2 days ago.
Hey.
So we might turn that 4 to 6, but that's my next foreseeable goal is to get my 10 stores. So, and I know it's going to happen. It just may not happen in December.
That's right. Put it out there. Claim it.
You still got time.
Claim it. Manifest it.
I do.
Manifest it.
If they do this lockdown, though, I'm just trying to be realistic. You know what I mean? If they do this lockdown, then it's going to be a small little setback. But it's good to, like the Queen said, get out here and network, get my face seen. So when everything open back up, I'm not a stranger, and they'll be expecting me to step in their door. You feel me? So I just go out there and make my calls, do my face-to-face meet and greets, and just get leads and prospect. And then come early next spring, hopefully we'll be 10 stores in.
You know, can I just say for real, like, all right, because this is on a personal tip right quick, man. I'm extremely proud of this young brother right here. Man,
I knew you was going to try to put me on the spot.
Because, like, do you understand? Like, this little naughty head dude from back in the day was running around, you know what I'm saying, sipping beer out the side of his mouth, you know what I'm saying, with like blacks and like bogues all over the place. And now, like, how in the world did you come from that? And all that stuff we was doing, like, you was right there when I started my business, when I started Deck Entertainment. We was running around, ducking from the cops when they was riding by, you know what I'm saying, to selling sea moss.
No dad, that's how.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
no dad around.
But how did that move to like this new life essence? Because like you went from, you know what I'm saying, with like no disrespect, but it was like a very unhealthy lifestyle.
Very unhealthy.
You know what I'm saying? Like on multiple levels.
On multiple levels.
But like
I was in these streets. I was wilding, 100% wilding.
You know, because I mean, like, because I look at mine, I'm like, okay, I know I started Deck Entertainment because I was upset at the way I found out the music business really went, and nobody told me for years. You know what I'm saying? I was paying all that money to a studio that did nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? And I had my wake up call when I went to New York trying to go pass out my demo. And then I found out that man, they threw me in a bucket with 1,000 other dudes and was like, all right, I'll see you later, kid. And I didn't get anywhere until somebody I knew made a phone call. And then next thing you know, I'm on the top floor. But the same place that they threw my joint in the bucket with 1,000 other people. Now I'm on the top floor. You know what I'm saying? So that changed my whole perspective. And I went from wanting to be on the mic to wanting to sign the people that got on the mic. You understand what I'm saying? So how did you make that change from going from that lifestyle that you chose or that you was living to where you at right now?
But truth be told, when I was young, when I was selling drugs, moving work, doing that, what I was doing, petty as hell. I was never nothing to be discussed in no neighborhood. So I ain't putting it out there like that. It was just some nickel and dime type shit. But the main thing was I always had this ambition to go get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I always had this feeling in my gut, like, yo, go get it. And when I first started trapping and selling drugs and doing shit was at 12 years old. So when you go back to 12, matter of fact, I just talked to my brother. He doing 24 years in prison right now. We were just talking about when we was 8 and 9 and how we used to go to Acme and Save a Lot, and we used to help people with their carts for change. We did it every day, like clockwork, like at young age. You feel me? Just to get some coins. So we already had that mentality. Now fast forward to, you know, the time when you and I was running around and I was really piggybacking off of y'all. Y'all was my big brother. So I was just like following what y'all was doing. Like, truth be told, music was my gift, but like being an owner, that was the blessing from God. That was the Most High. Like that's the thing that it was just supposed to happen. Like having a brand, I go all the way back. Like I've always had some type of brand or try to start a brand or something. I just didn't know what the hell I was doing. So life taught me how to move up the ladder. And it was really like, I think the no dad thing is why I believe I'm doing well at what I'm doing now, is because I really chose the community as my, like, the father figures in my life. Like I looked up to all of y'all, my big brothers, everything. The messages that was given to me, I took heed to all of that shit, what good or bad. Like, but when it came to this business, I used to watch how y'all was moving. I was like, hold on. You wasn't just saying Deck Entertainment. You already had logos and all this other shit going on. I'm like, damn, what's that? So now I got to go back and tweak what I got going on. You feel me? So I think it was just a matter, truthfully, of like me not having a dad was the super blessing. And the reasoning behind me doing it was the birth of my son. When my son was born, everything in my life changed. He know this. Everybody know this. When he was born, a light bulb went off. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I stopped this and stopped that, but gradually like I just started like slowly but surely like just toning it down. I still keep a whammy on me. I still do certain things that I'm just stuck to the, you know what I mean? But life is life. You don't want to end up like King Von. But I get to teach my son some things face to face that I was never taught when I was young. My daughter came in the other day, was like, Dad, I just started my stock trading platform. I'm like, okay, let's get it popping. This 2:00 in the morning. She already knee deep. Why? I said, why you do that? She said, I just watch you do this all day, every day. It just looks so fun, so interesting. I just had to start my own. I said, all right, let's get your bank account attached. She's 17. So what I'm saying is exactly what I'm telling you when you ask why, it's because of those things right there. It's that right there. I have to do this. I have to.
That's dope. That's dope. Now, Jolly, I know you just made the jump, right, to go full time with this. Is that correct?
Yeah. So this is my second jump. So the first time was back in 2016. I was working in the leadership role in the healthcare field, and just working like crazy 7 days a week, like just burning myself out, trying to climb the corporate ladder, and absolutely had no work-life balance. And I was like, I can't do this no more. And so I decided that I wanted to take a chance on myself then. And during that time, I invested in myself. I decided to learn how to trade. It's so funny that he just mentioned this. I was like, wow, this is crazy. I learned how to trade Forex. I became certified as a life coach. I was living off of savings for a while and stuff like that. And then I ended up having to go back to work, worked at Amazon for a while. And then last year is when I left Amazon for good. I was working in HR at Amazon. And I just always knew there was always just something in me that I just did not want to work for somebody. Right. You know, it was just something in me that like, I need my time freedom. I just need to do this for myself. I don't want to work for anybody. And so I did. I took the leap the second time and final time, because like I told myself, this is it. Last year, I registered my business to become, a credit consultant. And I day trade as well. I'm actually doing options trading right now.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm trading options. And so I'm full-time with my business and also trading. And like the young lady Tremaine mentioned too, I'm all about having multiple streams of income. I'm taking a course right now. It's called a portfolio builder course, where I'm looking to do real estate investing as well. So I'm really trying to build up my streams of income. I don't personally have any children, but I still want to build generational wealth, because I do have, family members that I want to, leave a legacy behind to. And the other thing too is just very important to me to give back to my community as well too. So Word. I'm just really doing this all for the love of my people, especially with the credit repair. I've always had, good credit. And so I wanted just to be able to educate people, empower them, and just really show them that, look, you can do it too. You don't have to get stuck at a job, thinking that you have to, work for somebody. Not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur. So I understand that. So, you don't have to push everybody. You don't have to make everybody feel like if they're not, in business for themselves, that they're not doing the right thing. But to me, I know a lot of people who just have gotten stuck, in their lives. And, whether they, had kids at an early age and they kind of feel like, well, my life is all about my kids. I had, time to do, I had time to do this for myself, but it's time for my kids. Like, my time is over. So it's just like really trying to help people realize that you can do this. You can do anything you set your mind to.
Yes.
Doesn't matter how old you are. You're not too old. I mean, I just hit the, the 40 club too. So it's like, your life's not over. Your life's not over. There's a lot of people growing up. We started doing a lot of stuff at a very, very early and young age. So we really kind of felt like we had been there and done it all. But I mean, there's still so much time to attain all of your goals and all the things that you truly want. So that's really key for me, to really help people figure out what they want to do in life, what they've always wanted to do, and then really just kind of go back and help them get there to where they want to get to.
Very good. I just want to double back real quick and kind of emphasize that everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I couldn't sell water to a fish. I can't, period. I know that. I'm okay with it. I'm more of the here, take my money and I'm going to invest in that business. I'm one of those. I love stocks. I'll do that all day, but I cannot sell. I used to work in shoe sales. I worked there for 2 weeks. I was like, I'm not going to make them buy something.
You could sell.
If it's
I
something
probably
you're
could.
passionate
It's just
about.
me. And if they're like, I can't afford it, I'm like, man, I know that feeling. Yeah, I can't let you do it.
I think
Can't say that though.
I think we look at entrepreneurship is to be all. You understand? You can't, the boy don't own Wingstops and fry the fucking wings at the same time.
Fuck your talk,
You know what I mean? He don't, or Jay-Z don't, run Rock Nation and really run Rock Nation.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a difference.
I mean, you sell this platform, Dana.
Facts.
By being your beautiful self. I was talking to my group today, and what I do, and I put out the big word, right? And one of my clients called it the $20 word, and I laugh, and then I break it down, and they say, hey, when people say these big words, it's intimidating. I say, I know. I break it down to you so it can be less intimidating. I tell you like this: somebody come out in a suit, they pull up in the I don't know, an S-Class or whatever the hell they pull up in, and they come out in a suit. There's certain people, and I've been there at one time. I feel like I can't even hold a conversation with this motherfucker. What can me and him talk about? What do we have in common? Shit. We might have more in common than what the common people that he sees on an everyday basis, but I never take the shot. So what this platform is for us as a community to understand that we need each other to grow.
Right.
You understand? If there were no one to support Whole Foods, then Whole Foods wouldn't be in the classes in. If there were no one to listen to music, then the music industry wouldn't be where it is. If there were no one to purchase Amazon products and shit like that, then Jeff Bezos wouldn't be the richest motherfucker ever to hit the face of the earth. You understand what I'm saying to you? So, I mean, down to the Joker delivering them packages, man, they all are self-employed, because truth be told, that resume you built, that work ethic you have is your promotion. You understand? How many people on some real shit was on their job hustling real hard, and somebody gave them a business card and said, yo, man, you hustle hard as shit. Come over here and holler at me. This shit happened to me.
Happened to me too.
Word up. I'm telling you. Motherfucker sent mail to my house. People don't even send mail no more. Motherfucker sent mail twice to my house.
Mail.
Yeah. Motherfucker told me they remembered me from damn near 10 years ago and offered me something ridiculous. And I took it.
Yeah.
See, your character is your promotion. All you got to do is just, it's just be your beautiful self. And me and King will talk about you and tell people about you. Hey, you got to come see her work.
He's more than a beautiful face. I'll tell you that.
There's a lot of people that actually need to know that, because, the amount of things that it's very easy for us in our community to feel disenfranchised. It's very, very easy for that. You know what I'm saying? We can feel deprived very quickly because it's beat into our head so much because of where we came from, because the start of our history is only struggle. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that we are taught. But when we get to realize these things that we can be a part of, the things that we are a part of, and how we can take charge of those things, that starts to give us some kind of purpose and some more direction. You know what I mean? So saying stuff like that is actually a very, very strong point.
You know what I'm saying? I truly believe that anybody could be an entrepreneur for real. Like how good of an entrepreneur you are is all based on your passion and what you decide to do. But I think failure and all of that is the reason why a lot of us don't even take the shot. You know what I'm saying? It's like going to the high school, you play ball, but then you go to that school, they got the 5 starters that they all Americans, and you're like, dang, I ain't never getting off this bench. Well, you just might not ever get off the bench because you told yourself you couldn't come off the bench. You would never come off the bench long before you ever got an opportunity to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Entrepreneurs, think about that girl, the little girl who started the lemonade stand that's all in the stores now. What was she? She sat in front of her house with a cup of lemonade and handed out cups of lemonade that to the multi-million-dollar company.
Now look,
you know what I mean?
they all over the place.
But
you know, Steve, let me compliment, you know what I mean, what you're talking about real quick. You know, being an entrepreneur to me is finding the lane that you love. I don't fucking work. I never worked a day in my life.
That's it.
You understand? I never worked a day in my life. And truth be told, I aspire to be an entrepreneur by force. And I would rather sit back and work for somebody else, but I'll tell you about that later. The thing is, is that you are an entrepreneur. You're not working to pay my bills. Right. Their work may contribute to my bills getting paid, but truth be told, if this lane wasn't ever open, your ass wouldn't be employed anyway. Right. King got the next question.
Well, we were dealing with how we started our business. I'm actually interested in the Lash situation here, because there's always a lot of controversy. Like, we always talking, laughing and joking about too much, what's too much, what's this, what's that. I'm saying, I just saw a meme the other day about the big joints, but I'm interested in how in the world do you get into like the Lash situation? Like, and I don't even know, because I'm confused with the actual business itself. Because there's different things where I don't know, are they like sewing them on or getting implants or something like that? Like,
no.
Is that they like, how do you extend a lash and stuff? Like, I don't understand what's going on here, yo. Like, what is happening?
I'm all ears.
I need you to do better, bro.
I don't know what it is.
So, it's different services. So there's lash extensions. I don't do that. So that's when somebody lays on their back and it's like literally like a lash. Like it looks like your lash, and they dip it in some type of like a liquid glue and they attach it to your lash. So that's the lash extensions. I sell strip. So that's what you have. Yes, and it looks very, very natural.
Oh, y'all gotta bring it back. I'm a little older. Listen, I'm the elder. Y'all gotta tell me what the hell's going on here.
So what she's talking about, I have the extensions. So the extensions look very natural. When I go, it's an individual lash, liquid, and she individually added to my lashes to where my own set of lashes extended.
To make them cooler.
What she sells is different. So there's 2 different types of lashes that you can get.
Okay. So Tremaine, what is it? What is it that your product is, and how'd you get started doing this?
So I sell strip lashes, which you can put them on and you can take them off same day. She wears the extensions, which they last longer. What about like 3 weeks or 4 weeks?
4 weeks.
They can last about 4 weeks. So yes. So for somebody like her who doesn't have enough time in the morning to apply a full face of makeup and to throw on a lash, to wait for the glue to dry, to throw on a lash, she would wear the lash extensions. Versus myself, I can do a full glam of makeup, and it's different style lashes that I like to wear. Like today, these are like one of my very dramatic lashes. So if I'm going for like a full beat like this, I will wear the crazy one. But if I was going to work, I have a more so like an everyday lash, which is more so less full, the volume is not as long. And it's just a quick put on and put off. So different lashes for different styles. So that's what I sell versus she has the everyday lash, because the lashes that were put onto her original lashes, it looks natural.
Okay. Now, I got a question. Counter question for this. All right. So now, I'm a little, that's why they call me elder. I'm a little, slow when it comes to shit like this, right? I don't know if we understand like the whole, and I'll just speak to myself. I don't understand what the fuck's going on with the lashes, but you know what? I may, like if my wife had them on, and I may, be like, damn, you know what, something different. You know what I mean? And just, we talking about it. We talking about it just fucking, we just, say, I'm but it might just be lash or something like that. But tell me what it is that insinuates that, you know, Sharice, and you, because you wear them and you sell them. So it just please elaborate
The
on
reason
this,
why you would probably notice a change in her face is because makeup and lashes is meant to enhance the beauty you already have. So it's just really pinpointing on your face, like your lashes. Like you never really noticed them before. She throws on her lashes, like something's different because it was enhanced.
Wait,
So
can you
that's
say
all
that
it is.
enhanced?
Like
So
Lavelle,
it's enhanced?
very
'Cause-
distinctive eyes, which we get from our father's side. So if she got lashes, you would notice it because it will bring her eyes out even the more to you. You would be looking at her eyes like, what's going on with your
I
eyes?
tell you what,
Yeah.
that ain't all it's gonna bring out.
So wait, I just
But go on, keep it going.
just the side. So I mean, you said the makeup and stuff is meant to enhance the beauty.
Yeah.
So are those people that, you know, like they get on and do those tutorials where they just transform into a whole different person? Like they the Autobot one day and now they the Decepticon after they done it?
It
Like,
brings
is they
out
doing it
their
wrong or like?
That was
Yeah,
stressing me out.
where the fuck you
brings
go
out
at?
their features.
Huh?
Because I mean, they got like
Is it
contours
does it bring out their features or
stuff.
somebody else's features?
Because I
Their
done seen
features.
there's some things
So,
out there, man.
so so King, what if Marilyn Monroe wiped her little fake mole off? You would know that it was wiped off, right? You would
Yeah,
notice it. So
yeah.
when it's there, you notice it. If it's gone, it's the same difference. Like you would, that little subtle thing, you're gonna notice it every single time, bro.
Hey, bro, I ain't attracted to
Bruh.
Marilyn Monroe with the
I'm
mole
just,
or
I
without
just,
the
I'm
mole.
just, I just had to think of an icon who do something so
And
consistent.
I just had to
you know
tell
what I'm saying?
you,
Like,
I'm not attracted to Marilyn Monroe with
So-
the mole or without the goddamn mole. All right, but go ahead. I'm gonna back out at it. I'm gonna back out.
Like if
It's
I would
enhanced-
take
it's
one
enhancing the
lash
beauty.
off and did one of these, you would notice.
You
My
would
face look
notice.
dramatically different.
Yeah,
I would do it, but I ran out of lash room and I ain't got time. And y'all
I'm
it's
gonna
gonna
say
be crazy.
I'm gonna say don't. I'm gonna say don't. Yeah, just
No,
let it-
I'm not. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
I
it.
usually
vote don't.
don't side with King, but
Black
I'm gonna
Lives
go on
Matter
this
for
shit.
real. Like, don't
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to. Absolutely not. No, that's no. Negative.
Gotcha.
I'm
Negative.
trying to keep this a positive show. You know what I mean? So,
Hard pass, you know?
True.
All right, take it easy.
All right, where we at,
But,
King?
I mean, how did you get into it?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So how did I get
Sorry.
into it? So I always wanted to start a business. I'm also into like the beauty industry as well. So that was one of the reasons why I do hair on the side. I'm actually a universal banker. So that's my full-time job. So my business is actually, it's just like a side thing for me that hopefully I wanted to turn into my main income. But I always wanted to get into selling hair. And that takes a lot of money. So I wanted just to get my foot wet just to see if, you know, starting a business is something that I actually could do. And then from having this business, hopefully the income that I make from this business can help me start another business. So
Right.
that's what I mean by having multiple streams of income.
Mhm.
I always wanted to have a business, and then so then that way I'm not touching my personal money, I'm touching the business money, and I could start a whole nother business. So because I didn't have the income to get the hair, I was like, let me start off with something small just to see if I can sell it, if it's something that I always wanted to do, but if I can do it. And lashes was one of the things. And then on top of that, I'm a makeup artist as well. So I do my makeup. And I feel like that was an easy avenue to go down because I'm always getting compliments on my makeup and hair, and lashes was just an easy sell. So, and it turned into something that I absolutely love and it's doing very well. So yeah, I'm just gonna take it and sort with it.
Well, your lashes look amazing.
Thank
Facts.
you.
Facts.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, we got a lot of challenges as Black entrepreneurs, particularly in the community. One of the main things that we always hear come up, if anybody is, you know, been in any kind of group or self-help counseling and talking to, you know, try to build business, we always hear about the support issue, you know, support from the community. Do we as entrepreneurs find it hard to support some Black-owned businesses?
I want to start off with that.
Go ahead, Sharice.
I actually think that I do see a lot of challenges that are put out there. I feel like we as a community, that we hold each other to a different standard than what we hold our counterparts to.
Yes.
I've seen
Yes.
people go into name brand stores and get treated like crap, but for the sake of proving a point, will go drop a whole bag in that store to prove a point that they got the money to do it.
Facts.
Then you take a black-owned, a black or brown-owned business who a lot of times are just starting up. They're the stock person, they're the inventory person, they're every part of their business. They don't have a multi-million dollar company like Neiman Marcus. They're not a multi-million dollar brand like Louis Vuitton. They're doing everything. So because they don't get the stuff to you in that right time frame, their customer service may not be where it needs to be or where it'll eventually be. The first era, we're automatically demonizing that company and saying, this is why I don't do business with Black businesses. This is why I don't do business with these people. They this and they that. But yet, a person who has called you out your name, who has not even treated you with human decency, you would go patronize and give them their money. And another issue that we have in our community when it comes to support, we expect, because you look like me, I expect your prices to be cheaper because you look like me.
Right.
Finger discount. I don't feel like you are worthy of your hire. I don't feel like the services, like my sister here that does the credit as well. If she tells me her credit business is $1,500 to get started, I'm like, oh my God, that's just so much money. But you'll go pay somebody $5,000 to do a credit sweep that's going to end you up in jail. You'll go spend $2,000 on a purse with Louis Vuitton, but here this Black business is starting their own purse line. Oh, they're not known, so you won't drop that same thing. So when it comes to the support that we give ourselves in our community, it's definitely, but I think it goes back to something we talked about on a previous show when we were talking about how we grew up and the mindset and where we fit in culture. Is the fact that we've been trained to disvalue one another, to devalue one another, to make us feel like we're not worthy or that we're not enough. So we expect, I want to come to my brother and say, oh, let me buy some sea moss for you. How much is it? Oh, it's $25 a box. $25, man, I can get you for 15. Well, guess what? Go get it for 15. Because I know my product, I know my service, I know what I'm giving. Instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to do this because if I go into any other store, I'm paying that.
Right.
I'm going to do the same thing. So it's about finding that value and appreciating us for doing business, but it's that crab in the bucket mentality, that crab in the bucket syndrome that I feel like if I pay you what you're asking for, you're going to get higher than me. You're going to have more than me. And that whole mentality of not wanting to see someone that look like us, we say we do, but when it comes to paying it forward, when it comes to supporting, we don't want to support with our money.
It's just
Saying we're about the movement. We want to wear the shirt, but we don't want to really do the act.
I think like my perspective is, I agree with what the queen is saying for sure.
Yes,
my perspective on how I manage those things is totally different. I don't even promote to none of my people. I don't promote to King. Have I ever tried to sell you, like actually sell you on CMOS?
No.
I know you 20 years. I don't sell them. I don't promote to my people like that. I don't do that. I learned when I was selling t-shirts and CDs and all of that back younger, like this ain't for y'all. Like we want it to be for you. Truthfully, truth be told, I want it to be for like,
I need clarity, bro.
My sister. I want it to be for her. I want it to be for, you know what I mean, Yalita. I want it to be for, you know what I mean, the family. That's what I want. Like, but I've learned over time through trial and error, this isn't for you. You see what I'm saying? Like my product is for the people who need my product or want my product, but I'm too busy trying to give it to somebody who don't necessarily want or need it. If that were the case, it wouldn't be an argument. It'd be like walking in Walmart to buy Tylenol. You don't sit there standing in circles like, oh my God, the Tylenol is $7.50. You go buy it, you take it, you feel better, you keep it moving. I sell to people in Colorado, California, Canada. I'd have never met any of these people. In fact, my marketing is at an all-time low because I don't want to be direct-to-consumer salesman anymore. I really just want to supply stores and let them get it into the community, specifically our communities. But from a person-to-person basis, I don't go to any of my people. I don't go to any of them. None.
Let me tell you something, Steve. Your product, I'm going to tell you I need it, right? I need your product because we need your product. We need your product to be successful so the dollar can circulate, you know, and this community has the potential to grow. That's why we need your product.
But don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not selling to my community. I'm talking about specific, like my sister, like my sister. I'm not going to my best, and then
her, like the young ladies, her statement is really based on your people, the people who you know, not black people. Like if you have a product, like I'm going to reach out to Yalita because she says she in the trading. I want to pick her brain and see what she got going on because that's just what most traders do. You know what I'm saying? She don't have to tell me, come to me guys if you want. I already know. She said that's what she do. I'm going to reach out to her. I don't need lashes, but if you're in my social media, this, I swear to goodness, if you go to my social media, I promote any and everybody every single day. Go to my social media right now. I don't have to know you. I don't have to speak to you. If I see your John jumping, I'm putting you up. Go check them. They sell tires. I swear to goodness, that's my pedigree. So when I say like, as far as like economic growth, it's a lot more to do with that than it is to say you have to put $1 in my pocket. Herb, if you go on your platform for the next 3 weeks and say, hey, by the way, my boy Steezo got CMOS gel, that's far more valuable than you giving me $20 one time for some shit that you don't even want or need. See, people don't understand the value in like
let me say, I wasn't referring to, I don't do business with that.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you do.
The black community, because I've seen it happen in the black community.
Truth, but we holding the black community accountable for the same thing that they trying to hold us accountable for. Like it's like we're doing the same thing. They're coming at, like we saying, they're trying to quote unquote not so much devalue. We're not trying to devalue them, but we're trying to hold them to a standard that is not their level. You know what I'm saying? Like their trained way of thinking, so to speak. I'm only talking about the Louis Vuitton buyers because if that's what we're saying, we got to be speaking about people who spending a lot of money on miscellaneous stuff that they shouldn't be spending it on. We can't be talking about the people who, like say for CMOS, we can't be talking about the people who could barely put milk in their refrigerator because that's just not fair, right? We just only speaking about the people who have been conditioned to buy Jordans every 6 months. That's what we talking about. Now, when you go to their crib, that as far as CMOS is concerned, are they super health conscious? Like when I go in their house, are they vegans? Are they like, when I say I want to hold them accountable, like, do they really live the lifestyle of my product truthfully? Like 100%. And the two ladies just explained that it's important to get credit into people's, just their psyche. So in other words, we don't even really truthfully understand the value of what you bring into the table 100%. We still hold LeBron sneakers to a higher value than the credit. So it's kind of difficult to like force feed somebody something that we know they should have. CMOS, I know you should have, but I can't necessarily force feed you, and I can't be upset if you don't catch on first. If it take for me to blow up for you to buy the one package of CMOS, high five. I really appreciate the fact that you did that. But I'm not going to like hold you accountable for something that's not really on your level. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I sat side by side with you and you are a health conscious dude and you watch me do this all day long and you know what I do and you never offer up any type of monetary support, so to speak, maybe I might look at you a little funny, but I've learned I can't force people to do something that's just not on a level. It's just not fair.
At what point do we get to where we start helping our community change their mindset?
I think we got to do more. I just think
I look at the benefits and the health benefits that is there. Everybody, right. When the pandemic took place all across social media, I've watched people run and try to now follow Dr. CB and everybody to where it's off the shelf, because why? There were videos, there was education there to now help me understand the concept as to why I need that product. So I think that if we keep on repeating or giving a pass to our lack of knowledge and not educating where we fall deficient in knowledge of a thing, we can't. I have a friend right now who I love dearly, can barely feed herself and her kid. But I know for a fact, when the new Louis Vuitton drop, she gonna rob Peter to pay Paul. She gonna borrow whatever she needs to borrow to get it before she put food in her house. So it's deeper than just the people who live that lifestyle.
That's why you got to continue to educate.
Education
is what's most important.
Yeah.
Well, you talking about education. To me, in the field that I'm in, man, you can't educate that condition out.
As far as
that raised too many red flags to me.
What, educating?
No, the extreme that she went from the food to the Louis Vuitton. I'm not saying that it's a believable situation. I understand what she's talking about. I understand. I mean, we trying to purchase our way out of a condition. And truth be told, there's very little education you could do with that. They actually need treatment. And
That's true.
But what I'm saying is that Mahatma Gandhi just simply stated, "Be the change you wish to see in the world."
Facts.
Now, I recall us talking prior to the show starting about some hip hop artists that people may look up to. You understand? They're they have influential eyes that look at them and say, "Hey, you know what? They're out of poverty. So whatever they're doing may be the right thing to do. Let me emulate that to see if I can accumulate some type of lifestyle like they look like they're smiling." Now, see, the Louis Vuitton bag, right, equals a smile over the fucking bread and water. You understand? Because it fills in a void that milk and water can't fill in. So this is why I'm saying education. You can't educate many people out of a condition like that. You have to recondition a person in a condition like that.
That's what I mean when I say, like, as far as like when I'm saying educate, I don't mean I mean like subconsciously we have to educate. Like everything, like there's some people. Do you believe that you can save everybody?
Of course
not.
Okay, so what I'm saying is there is somebody next to somebody you talking about that you probably can save. You know what I'm saying? Like there's always the extreme, and then there's always, so subconsciously we got to show that there's more, there's better, there's greater, there's opportunity. We got to show all of those avenues subconsciously sometimes. You can't, because people will rebel just against the fact that you want them to do something different. And even this conversation alone stating that, the lady who does the Louis Vuitton over barely putting food in the crib, that may even come across negative. Not even that's what your intentions, but somebody who hear it be like, I work hard for it. They'll find a way to turn that most positive statement that young woman just said and turn it into a negative. Some things you have to teach subconsciously.
It ain't hard though.
But
it ain't hard.
I don't disagree with what
dog,
she's saying
listen, if I'm feeling some type of way and I'm sick, and all that can help me right now smile is to be in the lane or to feel like I'm a part of something different that outside of my zone. Dog, you can't educate me out of that shit. Dog, I was in that.
But I
came from that.
I might be able to educate your kids. I might be able to educate your juniors. I might be able to educate you might be stuck in your ways. You 40 plus, but
I'm talking about when I was influential though.
But you may not be called to help him, like her, like the people that you help in your group. There are people I'm sure throughout their entire life had said some of the same things you said to them, but they were not called to those people. That wasn't the voice that they needed to hear. They were waiting on your voice to be able to help them.
So that's why I speak. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I speak when if you really truthfully ever follow my personal platforms, because I'm speaking broad and kind of like direct too. On all my personal platforms, it's all about teaching. That's one of my life goals. In fact, I do motivational speaking. I go out and do these things. So the reality is, like, I come to the community, I come to you, I come to your children, so on and so forth. I come directly. If you don't want to hear me, maybe your wife want to hear me, maybe your cousin want to hear me. But when it comes to the sell is what I'm talking about. I'm not holding you accountable for buying my product at all. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not holding you accountable like, oh, why didn't you? I don't care. If it's not that important for you to buy it, I'm educating on why it should be, but I'm not going to reach in your pocket to take the 25 out. You feel what I'm trying to say? And I'm not going to be mad if you do or you don't. I've learned over the years that is not the proper. I worked as a salesman for Red Bull all of those years. That was never part of the business practice ever. We never went in there and, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they couldn't do it, then you just didn't have Red Bull. Your next door neighbor had Red Bull, so on and so forth. But the reality is you understand why people want or need Red Bull. So when you're ready to, Herb, you said you was battling with health and what you want to do with your health and certain things you wanted to try as far as changing your diet, so on and so forth. If I helped you have any epiphanies during these shows that we've done, I did my job. I don't need you to buy CMOS, bro. I'm here to help you. This is how I'm going to help you. I don't need you to buy CMOS. I tell people all the time, go find another CMOS vendor. This is more about you saving your life than it is spending on new life. Like, that is not my perspective on that is not my perception of what I'm supposed to be doing here. Because if that was the case, I probably would go flat broke chasing dollars in the wrong direction. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I want you to be healthy overall, whether it's from me or whoever you go to get it done.
Now, Jolly, what was you getting ready to say?
No, I was just gonna say, really, through education, what we're doing is just planting seeds. Like, that's really all that we can do. You know what I mean? Through educating people. Sometimes with our message, we may drive it home to some people. It may resonate with them. With others, they may need to hear it multiple times before it really sticks. Sometimes people have to go through trauma, you know, for it to kick in for them. So really all we can do is just through education, really just plant seeds.
Plant seeds.
That's all we can do is just plant seeds. And I really do. I feel Caesar on what he's saying about just like the support and all. Like, you have to know who your target market is.
Right.
And really that's basically what he's saying, you know.
Right.
A lot of times we you know, it's like, oh, I want to help my community. I want, you know, like I came from King, I came from the garden, so I wanted to help the people, you know, in my hood. I want to give back to my community, things of that sort. And so it's like, that is who I really do want to focus on, but sometimes that's not who I'm getting as my clients. Right? I'm getting the people who I'm getting as my clients are people who are ready and they know they want to fix their credit. They want to do something with their lives. You know what I mean? And so I want it to be the people that I grew up with that, you know, maybe stuck or, you know, paying crazy, you know, interest rates for their car loans because their credit's all jacked up. Like, I want to be able to help them, but sometimes they're not always ready. Right? They're not always ready. So
that actually happened with me, because actually, the truth be told, Jolly is here right now because a year and a half ago, she gave me a free consultation about something. Okay. That was a year and a half ago. Was it a year and a half ago? It had to be about that.
Yeah, about that, or two. It was 2 years ago.
It might have been that. The only reason that I didn't go is because I had to deal with a legal issue. So there was a legal thing that came in. So I had to go and actually hire a lawyer and get some stuff taken care of. But it's real when you deal with this. When you deal with the support, sometimes, you know, you're trying to market to the wrong people, and we get so excited. We get so excited about, you know, marketing to our friends and our family because we know, oh, they're gonna be excited and instant. But once again, false expectations, all right? Because now you feeling good, all these people doing stuff, but you done marketed to people that just want to support you, but are not really into what it is that you're doing. Right. You know what I'm saying? I did that when I first started my soap business. Now, you know, I started LJ's Essentials because my son had eczema. You know what I'm saying? So there were people that were hitting me up saying, yo, I need some eczema soap. My kid got eczema. I got eczema. So I'm like, okay, great. Now that was cool. But then when all of a sudden everybody wanted to support me, they was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you doing it? I'll buy something off of you. You know, but then it turned into, hey man, what's in that though? What's in that soap? Now they asking me what's in the soap, right? So I'm like, okay, let me run it down to you what's in the soap. So now I'm trying to convince people what's in the soap. But then I turn around and say, I'm gonna tell you all this, but then I'm gonna ask you a question after that. That soap that you got in your bag, what's in that?
Right.
Oh, they don't know. Right? But they got to know what's in mine, even though they're not going to understand the ingredients and how that's going to work with you anyway. But they sure enough bought that other stuff off the rack. That's going to dry them out and do all the other stuff. You know
I know you 20 years roughly. Did I get any soap?
No.
Did I buy soap?
No.
I have 4 bars of your soap.
Did you?
The eucalypt, I got all of it. The maple, all of it.
Oh, you bought off the website, didn't you?
Exactly.
You stuck on the website.
Listen, I don't play no games. If I see my people going to do something, I'm going to invest. I
didn't even know you did that.
What? I got hella bars. I had so many bars in my closet that it lasted too long. I had some sitting in each bathroom, and we're talking about this soap. But the reality is, when my people started their t-shirt lines, I didn't like none of the t-shirts. I bought 5. I consistently spend. My little sister started her brand from the rip. As soon as I knew, I spent $150. Everybody, oh, let me get a $10 this or $2. I spent $150. I don't even think about it. I just do it. Why? Because I know when you put it into the atmosphere, it's gonna come right back. I don't want it to come back from my sister. I don't need it to come back from King. It's just that spiritual. This is the way I am spiritually.
Right.
I know that when you put out into the universe, it's gonna come back.
It's gonna come back.
So what I'm saying is the same way. I don't expect King or whoever to buy CMOS. You feel me? Like, putting that energy out is why I know that my brand is successful, because I think that we get so, Yolita said it best, your target market. We get so caught up in trying to make our best friends our target market, and that's not our target market.
Right.
Maybe for the young lady with the lashes, she could find about 5 or 6 homegirls amongst her who will wear lashes. That's easy. But if I was Big Baller Brand, you know what I'm saying? My bro, like, they ain't Jordans, they don't fit right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they're not Pradas. It will always be something. Is the reason why the person to the left and to the right of you
Jordan fit right.
why they wouldn't get it. So I just learned to stop personally
targeting people to the right and to the left of me. I just feel like it's not fair to them for me to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like to hold them accountable in that way.
Well said.
And you got
Can
to
can I pose a question? I kind of want to play devil's advocate a little bit, not too much, but I just want to, for you guys that have products and services, have you ever considered that maybe it's not lack of support for your Black business? It's just the last episode we talked about unemployment, right? In the Black community, we're at higher rates. We don't make as much as our white counterparts. So, and we talked in this episode that Black businesses, our products have to be a little more expensive because we are the business, we are the brand. We don't have the luxury of having someone to do inventory and stock and blah, blah, blah. Have you ever considered that it's not lack of support? It's literally, I just don't have it. So hopefully this share on Instagram does the same thing that buying the product does. Or do you guys like look at it as like, oh, if you're not buying my product, you must not support me?
No, I think sharing is better than buying my product.
Okay.
I think sharing,
yeah, I like that. I like that.
I think sharing is better.
I don't think that just because people don't go with my company or buy my company, they don't support at all. I feel like when you understand your mission, you know your vision for your business, when you know your true target audience, people that you are called to, the people that are called to your vision and your mission, they will find you when you put your product out there in a way to be found.
That's part of marketing. That's part of that marketing. Like for instance,
that's why a lot of entrepreneurs fail, because they only market to family and to friends, or they go
exactly.
And the fear that set in is that they're not popular enough amongst their peers. That be the fear a lot of times. Like you don't do stuff that you're not popular amongst your peers.
That's the thing. If you can't be like me, I couldn't go into telling people, hey, I can help you get into a home. And they like, Sharice, every time I turn around, if this was my story, every time I turn around, you getting evicted from wherever you are.
Right.
You always borrowing money. You always, this, that, and the other. So how can I come to you about credit repair? That's just like someone that does makeup. If this sister face wasn't beat to the gods and she told me she do lashes, I'd be looking at her like, I'll be private messaging her like, listen, I got somebody I'm going to hook up you that can help you with that. And I think it's in knowing what your passion is and knowing what you fit in. This young lady, I heard them call you two different names. That's why I just say my sister. I don't know which name.
Jolly is Jolly or Yali.
Jolly. So Jolly said, listen, I grew up with good credit. I got good credit. I know the importance of it. I know how it helped me. So what I did was, before starting my business, I went to educate myself on this so that now I can go back and I can help other people with it. And when it comes to entrepreneurship, and I want to touch right back on something that Herb said, I kind of disagree with you, brother-in-law. I love you. I do not believe everybody is an entrepreneur, but I do believe everyone is self-employed. There are two different things. I can be self-employed because I can make the decision whether or not I want to work for your company and you write me a check or not. But as an entrepreneur, I am financially responsible for the check that get written for myself and for those beyond. So same concept, two different languages. And I think for the listeners, people need to understand, I don't want nobody going to work saying, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. Then that CEO say, well, write your own check to buy, type thing. But when it comes to that, we don't set our businesses up the right way. We don't have the right mindsets. We're not educating ourselves enough in what we're offering to the people to be subject matter experts. If I ask Tremaine about lashes, the lashes she sells, she should be able to tell me about her lashes. But if I'm her target audience, I already know about lashes. I know the kind of lashes I want. I know what I want it to look like. I know how I want my makeup done. I know, all of that. So I'm going to go to someone who speaks my same language. And I think in business and Black businesses, we try to target everybody in the Black community, and everybody in the Black community is not our target audience. But I brought that point up earlier because I'm in a lot of Black-owned business Facebook groups, and I see it a lot in the Black-owned business Facebook groups. I don't post my business in there, but I see the comments that people post about people's business. Oh my God, they're too high. Oh my God, this is that. Oh my God. So that's why I made that comment in the stand in the beginning, because I see it constantly repeating itself within our community.
Tremaine, would you try to sell me some lashes?
You got a wife, you better.
I would.
Right. If I knew
me personally, like if you're trying to.
if I knew you
Well,
had a
no.
wife, like if you came up to me and said
I don't
something
really
about
fuck to-
whatever, oh my wife, I'm like, oh your wife, is she in
Right.
makeup? I would ask you certain questions just to see if she's into whatever type of product I sell. So most definitely I would.
That would be
Yeah.
her. I'm saying like
Yeah.
like with me though. So like if I'm coming up, you're not gonna look at me and be like,
Why
hey,
not,
you
King?
No.
lashes.
Listen,
Why not?
obviously you
They're
obviously
all-
That's
they're
not the
all
market.
eyelashes.
Because I'm not the
Never
market.
Megan,
He
you
never
to the
ceases
God.
to fucking amaze
no,
me.
you live up north.
Every
If you
episode,
lived in Atlanta,
say some
that would be
crazy
a totally
Okay.
different conversation.
But that's
Well,
about
well,
knowing your market, right?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, if I see, like, for instance, like, say you were, how can I, a cis, right? Say you were like a cis, but you didn't wear lashes, but I saw that you had your eyebrows done or whatever, then I most definitely would sell you lashes because I see that you're into makeup and all this other stuff. So I
Or if he
would.
was highly metrosexual. What they call him? Metrosexual? Metrosexual?
I don't know. She called me a sis.
Yeah,
I'm a
she's
bro.
metrosexual.
If,
Metro-
if you
metro
were,
sexual.
I know.
She said if you were a cis,
man, you
crazy.
asking for some fucking eyelashes. What the
That's
hell you
what
think
I
you
did.
going
Like,
to She
you
gonna ask
opened
you?
this
He trying to get
portal,
right.
King.
Open that
I
shit
didn't
up.
ask for
You
nothing.
did this, King.
I said, yo, would you send me?
See, this is why I use these big words with y'all so that y'all can comprehend certain things that I be trying to get by. All right? Because you be missing stuff. Ain't nobody said I wanted some lashes. I was making
You said,
oh, but
All right.
I
I
thought you said because you get lashes.
man, man, whatever.
You ain't said a big word yet. I don't know.
No, I
resident
ain't worried about the
understanding.
punk ass word. But look,
but
listen.
just looking at King, no, like I wouldn't sell you lashes.
He don't look like a lash
Okay.
guy.
I'm not a
No.
lash guy.
He don't look like a lash guy.
No.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with lash guys. Now I gotta put that out there because motherfuckers.
Fair enough.
Ain't
Nothing wrong
Ain't
with
nothing
it.
wrong with
Perfectly
lash
fine.
guy. But the
I'm an
thing
eyelash
is
artist.
that what the fuck you bring that up for, King? This is what I'm saying. Well, why would you ask? Like what? I mean,
There wasn't no
what's up?
lashes.
We talking about market.
Last
You gotta
episode.
know.
Listen,
You gotta know.
the 2 episodes prior to this, man, y'all try to get me banned by the fucking women's rights.
What happened?
When
What
I
happened?
talk
You
about
trying to
the
get
You
yourself
was
banned.
when I talk about
You
the
did that
menstrual,
yourself.
my menstrual cycle,
You
the
did it
men's menstrual
yourself.
cycle,
Okay.
and I talk about that. Y'all try to get me banned.
Y'all need to listen to
You gonna
that
get in
episode.
trouble
that-
again.
Try to add a
we gotta get
motherfucker
Reese
Ken.
is
Go
on,
ahead.
Jolly
all
on, you
in
gonna
the
get him in
front
more
of the
trouble.
house and all that, and I can't even get out of the driveway because these motherfuckers got picket sign.
But you are comparing
Now,
women's menstrual cycle to y'all.
Now he talking about
emotional
these
cycle.
fucking eyelashes, right? Now I'm just blown away because I know I don't know shit, but I thought that the brother was, man, I don't know. Just ask the next goddamn question, man. Cause
Oh
this
my
shit crazy,
God.
man. Because I'm telling you, don't edit this part because I'm explaining myself on this.
He said,
Don't
I'm
edit
explaining myself.
I just explain myself. Ain't nothing wrong with no man with no eyelashes. I just didn't know. You gotta let me know where you at. So, whatever.
In
Go ahead.
Atlanta, you gonna sell them eyelashes in Atlanta. I'll tell you that.
All right, there you
I
go.
would.
CMOS, Listen, CMOS,
There you go.
CMOS, and get some eyelashes
Hey,
with it.
look,
CMOS
I'm-
eyelash.
I'm looking for some online salesmen. I'm looking for some
Actually-
online salesmen.
You could go all the way healthy and make CMOS eyelashes.
Cause you know you could put CMOS on your face.
I'ma head out.
There it is.
Topical. You can put CMOS topical.
Y'all come
Face
together.
hands.
I'm telling you, joint venture. Nah, I'm
We
fucking.
could work
around.
something out.
Okay.
He's crazy.
Had them
So-
lashes a little
He's
heavy,
real.
but
He's a real nut.
A little heavy.
Do we got problems supporting other businesses, other black-owned businesses?
I know I don't.
I don't.
I don't.
I don't know.
As long as it's something I need.
I
Black-owned
think
business.
I think we get a
Black-owned
bad
Black-owned
rap
And you know what? Here's
as black people. That's what I think it is. We get a bad rap. It's bad apples that always shine over all the good ones. That's just really what it looked like to me. It could be 50 people in this room. The one person that yell out the N-word or something crazy, we all gonna talk about him at the end of the day. Oh, he was so hood, he was so ratchet. There's so much going on. I just feel like I don't think we get a good enough rap, and I think that needs to start being a new narrative for our people, for real. You know what I mean? Let's talk about the people who do support and the people who do put it out there. I just think that it's too many thriving businesses. Don't look at the fact that we're not doing great as that we're not doing our thing, because everybody has to start from that and climb up. If you just think you hopping in the game doing 40, 50 racks a month, maybe that's your problem. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
I think what's
factor that
success
in
though?
your business plan, huh?
What's I mean, because we always talk about this shit like climbing up the ladder or success and all that shit. And truth be told, I'm thinking to myself like, what you want to separate? Like what's your thing of success? Because
I think
when I was initially thought about success, as a younger person, as a younger and inexperienced person, I thought about success is separating from the neighborhood, like physically going somewhere else than where I was.
You don't
You
have to live
understand?
in no neighborhood. The white people put us there. That to me, that is so. I think
What you
that's the
talking about?
goofy. I mean, like when you say separating from the neighborhood, I don't know if you're saying theoretically or physically, but I mean,
No, I'm talking about getting out of the
so
getting out of the
you,
neighborhood.
so my point was, we was forced to be there. It wasn't by choice that all of us was redlined. We was redlined because of them. We came from being kings and queens, and now we subject ourselves to only identifying with the so-called the lowest or the lowest or the bottom of the barrel. I'm not saying not build your community. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying if you want to go somewhere else, go where you want to go. The community is everybody black everywhere, not just one area of place or town
I'm
that
with
you
you.
are living in. You know what I'm
I-
saying?
I'm
Wherever
with
you go, take purpose, take pride, take morals, take integrity, take a work ethic, take a teacher's mentality, take it everywhere you go. You're not trapped anywhere.
That's what I said. What do we view as success?
I don't
I
think
didn't
it
say
has that.
I
Yeah.
didn't say that. I said what do we view as success? Because earlier I thought success was moving out of the neighborhood that I
When
was
I was
in.
young, I didn't think I would ever leave the neighborhood ever. I had to be
I didn't
humble.
say that. I said, what do you think success is?
I just think success is my personal growth, like
No,
me being
I'm talking about.
I don't
Like,
think
all
it's
right.
I
What
don't
do
have a
we?
general term. I don't have a general
Okay.
term for what
Okay.
success is. That's what I'm saying. I feel
Okay.
like success for me is all my personal gains and growth. I have a lifetime goal, but then I grew up in an era where you can see pandemics and your life can be taken tomorrow. So hopefully I live successful up until the last 24 hours of my life. Or if not, that's a problem because that's the legacy I'm leaving for my children. If I say that I've never gained anything, I feel like you should celebrate all of your small successes, all of your small gains until you reach all of those milestones that you're working up towards.
Gotcha.
Now, one of my personal gifts to myself in the near future is a Corvette. I definitely want a Corvette. I've always talked about it, and I'm going to get me a Corvette. That's a gain. That's just saying I've accomplished a goal. But success, I'm not dead. Most of my cousins is dead and in jail. I got a whole business. I have 2 children that have their own businesses. I'm already successful. Financially, that's a whole different conversation. So I don't really have a general way to put that on anybody else.
I think it's a lot.
That's a thorough ass explanation though. Like in my book, like that was some thorough shit. Go ahead, King.
I think that it's, we might be trying to drag that one out a little too hard. I think success is very simple. It's the achievement of a goal. That's what success is based on. So whatever your goal is, if you make that goal, you have succeeded. And it can be as small as moving out of the neighborhood that you were in that you don't want to be in. It can be as something as meaningful as quitting smoking cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? It could be something as life-changing as losing, a ton of weight and becoming healthy and moving out of diabetes. It could be whatever it is, but it's goal-based. So your success is based on your goal. If you achieve a goal, you're your success. So what is your goal? What is your goal?
My goal is what Steve said he wanted that Corvette, right? My goal is to see if I could purchase, a few things at CMOS so that when he get that Corvette, I could smile like the shit is mine and say, yo, I help that his goal is my fucking goal. You understand? This platform is not I mean, yeah, I would like this platform to make us all $1 trillion. But the thing is that this platform will outlive me by 1 trillion years, right? So guess what? My goal is to see the community's goals come to fruition, whatever the fuck you want to say. What's that shit?
Good.
Fruition. You right.
Just
You
take
put
the
an L
L
in there
out. Take
somewhere,
the
but
L out. Take the
Fruition.
L
Yeah,
out.
all that shit.
He's trying to
Yeah,
get
that
you
shit with
fruition.
the L and everything. So everybody knows
Fruition.
what I'm talking about.
We want the fruition to
all that shit.
Try to
Yeah,
get smooth
everything,
out.
all that. But my goal, my goal is to see the sister eyebrows go platinum. You know what I mean? To see my sister's businesses go like crazy. You know what I mean? To see, the sister, the other sister that that got the credit building
Jolly.
and all of that. Yeah, Jolly. See her business thrive, to see Dana do her thing, to see us all prosper. The thing is that I would like to see us prosper and put somebody else on. You know what I mean? That's all I ask is to put somebody else on. So I got a different goal. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna make sure my shit is all right. I'm gonna make sure my lane is correct. The thing is that I want, if I pull up in something nice, I want my mans to pull up in something nicer, something just as nice or nicer. Yeah, I don't want to stick out. I don't want to stand out. That shit corny as hell. That shit whack as hell, man. And my success ain't to separate from nobody. That Louis Vuitton bag, man, that my sister was talking about, the person that's dealing with that shit, they sick, man. They sick. And not sick in a negative. I'm not saying from a standpoint like I don't want to fuck with them. They sick. No, I'm saying they sick because I was sick like that one time too. I told you what my initial ideology of success was, is to get the fuck away from the where I was. The thing is that my credit, and I heard my sister say she was born and raised with good credit, and that was great. The thing is that the world credit I wasn't good with, but my credit in the hood is still fucking A1.
A1, I'm super
Still
A1
fucking A1. You know why? Because guess what? If I run out of gas in the middle of the hood, I'm good. If I end up having to take a step or two back, I'm straight. Motherfuckers is showing up at my house with bread and milk and shit. You know what I'm saying? You good? You understand? So that's the credit I'm worried about, my credit with my community. So, and another thing is that when we talked about I wanted to come back to the relationship with finances, and I was raised to not even know what the hell that was. And nowadays it's so important. We need shit we don't know we need, bro. And that's why I said that we need your CMOS, because we need it in so many different ways. First of all, we needed to be healthy, physically healthy. And then the thing is that we're contributing to our community's health and the community's relationship with the dollar. So we need these things. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Oh,
We
I
need
do.
to support. We need to support one another.
I do. I agree 100. I agree wholeheartedly. That's why I say educate. As far as I'm concerned, I gotta educate. I gotta let people know why you need CMOS more than it's important for me to. Because hey, maybe you start your, like, I educate on starting your own brands. That's my big thing. I like to get people up and running. We could take a 2-hour consultation, not have you off to the races. I might even take on Sharice's, one of my consultants or contacts, to get them over to that credit side of things. You know what I mean? But as far as like what we discussing when we talk about need, I think CMOS, what's the word I'm looking for, King, when you say it's like it's an image, it's not it's almost like it's not a real thing. It's like
A visage.
Facade.
So as long as it's successful and it does what it's supposed to do, it's doing its job. Meaning I want people to see that, because he said earlier today, how did you go from this to this? I don't know if y'all caught that or not.
Yeah.
He said, how did you go from, because he remembered what you said, the nappy headed, whatever.
Naughty. He calls you naughty.
Naughty. So he said the naughty head.
Put some respect on it, naughty head.
So like that is really what my true job is. You feel me? My job is what I'm accomplishing what I know that I was set on this earth to accomplish. If somebody like King is asking me a question like that, you feel me? It's not just the even though it is the CMOS, because CMOS itself is a thing that, you know, clearly we all should have in our daily diets. We shouldn't even be taking one-a-day vitamins. We should be taking CMOS every day. We should be replacing our one-a-days with CMOS every day. I'm here to educate you in that way. But the way that I'm truly going to get my message across is I have to make it. I have to win. I have to get in the game, do something that my people haven't seen before, and they're going to look like, what is this CMOS thing he's been talking about all of this time that I've never got from him, and I've known him for 40 years? I got to check into it. He's in 10 stores now. He only been in, you know what I mean? It's these things, these goals that I must accomplish if I want to do what it is you're saying. If I want to accomplish that thing that you're speaking on right now, I have to keep driving. I have to keep driving, and education come first. I got to educate y'all. I got to educate the people.
I think we're talking about like support, and I think while we have a far way to go, we have come a long way as a community. I see it a lot. I'm on social media very heavily, not because I'm popular, because I be bored.
Right.
No, but I see it so much now where I know a lot of my Black friends are like, what Black business, who's selling plates today? Who, like, people ask me, where'd you get your lashes from? I'm plugging Tremaine, wherever. They're asking me more, and I feel like, it's gonna sound crazy to say, I feel like we're uniting more because we're actually seeing how the country views the Black community. And we're just like, wait a minute, we shouldn't be in competition because they already don't want us to win. So we gotta want each other to win. Unfortunately, we might not see it in our lifetime, that kind of like, revelation and elevation of the Black community within itself. But I think it's going in that direction, and I feel like I'm excited to see it. I hope I get to see it. But if I don't, I know I have faith in the future, the youngins to kind of bring us there, because I see it already. I see it so much already. I see a lot more Black entrepreneurs. I see more Black people supporting other Black people, and they're not talking about prices. They're just like, all right, if that's what you're worth, that's what you're worth.
It is,
yeah. If that's what you're worth, you know your worth.
Yeah.
Like my cousin's boyfriend sells sauces, like food sauces, and his bottles are like $15. And my cousin's like, don't you think that's expensive? I was like, if they're worth that, then they're worth that. Because people are paying $10, $15 for Sweet Bubble Braids or whoever the hell in the store. Why not support him? I don't know his name.
That's
Why
crazy.
not support this guy? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like there are a lot of people that think like us, that are very like-minded like us, but we keep looking at those bad apples. We just we gotta take the narrative. We gotta
reshape it. I got a saying when I do motivational speaking. It's about recreating your brand, and we had a saying. It's like, I am my brand. So it's like, if you are your brand, what do you want your brand to look like? How do you know how you look in the mirror? And you gotta have affirmations. You do affirmations wherever you look in the mirror. It's like you see a thing. Like, we have to start seeing this dude in baggy jeans and a hoodie as a straight entrepreneur. We got to stop calling him a hustler because he's African American, Hispanic, or whatever, and he's doing the same thing that the white man is doing in a suit and tie. That doesn't define him, y'all. We got to really, like, it's really in us. The word is projecting. We projecting a thing, and we got to stop projecting a thing for real. We got to really go into it and have that mindset of what they call applied positivity. Automatically, we got to say, even though this wasn't what I expected to be, I'm going to look at it with a positive narrative, because if I don't, it changes my energy. And if it changes my energy, it changes me as a salesman. When I walk into a building, it's always got to be a reset. And how do you do that? How do you do that? This is how. This is how.
Listen, I want to continue this shit. You know what I mean? I want to continue this shit. But for right now, I would like to give closing comments, and I would like to, I would like to share, our perspectives on this particular platform, this particular episode, in about 10 seconds, if we got 10 seconds apiece. So I'll go to, what's the sister name?
Jolly.
Jolly. I'm sorry, sister.
He's old. Don't mind him, Jolly.
You're actually older than you really are, Herb. You need to stop. You're not that old. Take some sea moss.
Go ahead. Yeah, I need some sea moss. You're right.
Thanks.
Well, I really just want to thank you guys. And we do need to continue this conversation for sure. Because the reality is we are supporting each other a lot more than what everybody thinks, right? So I want to thank y'all for inviting me to come out. And if we're going to continue this conversation, I'm on board for it. So thank you. And I'm looking forward to partnering and supporting you all as entrepreneurs.
Awesome.
Yes, appreciate it.
Sharice.
Hey guys. My closing remarks is going to be this: because we're talking about entrepreneurship, especially in our community, we're seeing a lot of entrepreneurs pop up more and more. And I, kind of state that one of the things that I think that we should do to garner the support that we're looking for is to make sure that we're properly educating ourselves in whatever field that we're looking to go in. Be the subject matter expert in your field of business you're trying to pursue, and also educate yourself. Set your business up the right way. Don't expect people to just want to support your business. All you have is a cash app. You've not secured business credit. You've not secured a business bank account. You don't have a website. You haven't done the fundamentals to run your business the way that you're trying to run your business. And education is key. And what I mean by that is self-education. So in closing, two books that I brought down that I do want to share with the solution-based community of those that may look at this show, that may watch this show and say, hey, I'm thinking about this, or I've been in business and I really didn't make any money. This particular book changed my life this time around, and it's called Profit First. A lot of times we go in business and we're in business and all of the money we're making, we're putting it right back in our business and we're not profiting from our business. This is a game changer for anyone that's been in business for 20 plus years or just starting in business. This is definitely a game changer. And I talk a lot about mindset, changing your thinking to change your life. Me and CISO got a very, very similar conversation when it comes to our motivational speaking, and that's helping people recreate themselves. It starts with the mindset. So this one, Secret to the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. This is another one. So when I talk about the millionaire mind, it's not necessarily always about the dollar, but it's about changing your mindset when it comes to wealth. Wealth is not always financial. It's health, like Cizo says. It's financial, it's mental, it's emotional, as Herb talks about. So these two books, if you're going to be an entrepreneur in our community, these are definitely two great starter books to start off with, to get your business going, and to really just get your mindset flowing in the right vein to really kind of start building that generational wealth and making the necessary changes you want to make in the community. You may not be called to your direct community with what you offer, but you can develop a program that speaks to your community,
Right.
profits you make in your business to go back and actually help. So those are those remarks. Thank you guys for having me. I can't wait to continue this conversation.
Word up. Appreciate you. Tremaine.
Don't have me. So just to piggyback off of Sharice, those two books, I will be looking those up. I just actually started my business. I made my 1-year mark in September. So it is still a lot that I am learning and that I'm willing to learn. And just to encourage people that if this is a passion of yours, I do feel as though like you should pursue it. There are going to be failures. People need to realize that you're not going to make the 40,000 a month or 40,000 a week. But if this is a passion, you need to stay consistent. And then also with the marketing and all this other stuff, all those things are imperative with having a business. So just encourage them, to let them know, like, it is going to start off slow, but as long as you stay consistent, you will make it.
Shireen, what's your plug? You talking about marketing? What's your plug? Your Instagram.
Shop iloveminx.com. I don't have a website. It is being developed. So I should have that in a couple weeks. But IG is the best way to get in contact with me. It is Shop I Love Minx.
There you go. Oh man. All right, Mighty Steezo. What we got?
I can't wait to continue this for real, because this conversation, I feel like, is imperative, especially through everything that's going on. I think being an entrepreneur or even entrepreneur minded, you know what I mean, is very important. This pandemic has shown a lot of people weren't prepared to not go get a check every day or once a week. You know what I'm saying? So just finding a way to generate income, having an entrepreneur mind is super important. That's why hopefully on the next volume of this, you guys put together, you know, some questions that are action based. You know what I mean? Like where we really like telling people exactly what to do. You know what I'm saying? To get started, so on and so forth.
It's about to go down.
Okay. That's necessary. That's necessary. So the way I want to close out is say that, you know what I mean? I don't really be plugging New Life and all of that stuff, but definitely New Life, abbreviated, is never underestimate loving yourself first every day. That I want to always put out there. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel. Believe in yourself, see the love in you, you know, and let the universe spin that back out in the opposite direction. You can find me on all social media, New Life Essence. That's NULYFE Essence. Other than that, man, I just love this platform, and I can't wait to be back.
We love you.
Back on volume.
You are this platform, dog.
Bro.
You know, I'm gonna say I'm Black. I root for everyone and I'm on my Issa Rae all the time. I root for everyone and everything Black and brown, because if I don't, I know they ain't going to. I got you, and I'm always support y'all. So that's just what it is. It's a fact, and I don't care how much it costs. If you're worth it and you believe in that product, who am I to tell you you're not worth it? How dare I?
Right.
How dare I? So, that's just be me forever. If I could just write Black Lives Matter across my forehead and not lose my job, I probably would. And I love this podcast. I mean, this is such an important conversation, and I hope it reaches who it needs to reach at the time it reaches them. So,
all right. So, you know, the other day, I had a soft spot for people in the music industry, you know, trying to get their thing going on. And I met a dude who was handing out CDs the other day out in front of the spot. And he was right. So he was trying to sell them or taking donations. But what I realized immediately was that as him doing this, even though he had that mind to try to get that hustle, he did not understand his own market. He didn't get it, right? Because the market right now is beyond that. You know. So what I did was I took one of the CDs, I gave him a donation, and I made a connect with him in order to, on the back end, try to let him know that there's better ways to do this. You know, sharing the knowledge that we have is also something that's very important to our community. All right. So it's not just about learning and then moving and reaching our goals, but it's also, once again, like I said, sending that elevator back down, you know what I'm saying? And allowing these people to come on by giving them the things that they need to know in order to get where they want to go.
True.
You know, so continue to share, continue to send that back down, man. And let's continue to move this thing forward. Herb.
I love what the brother put out there, man. I love actually what everybody put out there. The thing is that I probably could never emphasize this enough, man. We're a community. And in efforts to maintain this community, we have to support one another. So the brother Steve, though, brought up a good point. He said, action. I mentioned prior to purchasing a few sea mosses to just on the strip that when I see the Corvette, I'm smiling. I don't give a fuck if I'm rolling in a Pinto. If my man got the Corvette, I'm smiling. That's my shit too. You know what I mean? So I say this, I say that to say this. I want to see if we can all make a promise to each other right now. A promise, a commitment, a financial investment. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, and I'm going to ask you to mimic what I'm going to do. Every service that has been announced tonight, I will support. And as we further this conversation, we should have the experience of supporting whatever our brothers and sisters. And we should have knowledge on critiquing or compliment or whatever the hell you want to say about their services and their product. And I would like us to each take on that task. Jolly, you will be getting a phone call. I will be calling my sister, not for a casual conversation, because that is my actual sister, Sharice. I will be calling her for her services. I will be reaching out to Steve for CMOS.
I need CMOS.
I will be reaching out to the sister for eyelashes that I'm not going to wear. I'm going to give them to my wife.
So let's note that if you did, that would be okay, right?
Let the record show who asked for the lashes.
Nah, come on with this bullshit. But listen, also, we all gotta push this community as well. Like I said, this is your community. So if you ain't pushing the community, you ain't pushing your fucking self. Because we ain't asking you for nothing.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? I remember a time where Barack Obama was getting inaugurated, and they snuck up on my man and recorded my brother saying I should cut this nigga balls off.
What?
Yeah. Listen, I'm not gonna say no names because I don't promote the bullshit. But listen, check it. It wasn't it. See, the thing is that, you know, I'm gonna say whatever I'm gonna say. If I got a feud with my brother or my sister or whatever, if I got some shit going on or whatever, it's going on behind the scenes, because once I come in front of the camera with it, it promotes whatever the fuck I'm talking about. You ever had it? You ever had a brother you be like, you know, you rumbling with, and you saying whatever to about or whatever, and then somebody else say yeah, and they mimic what you said, and it ain't rub off good with you. Like, nah, I can say that about them. You can't.
You can't say that.
Yeah.
For real.
See, I don't believe the brother meant but so much by that shit. He just had whatever he had with him. You understand? But once that promotion come into play,
right,
it's a whole different story. What we're doing on this platform is we're promoting growth. We ain't taking no step backs in this community. And I want to tell every last one of you guys, I love you. I do it every show. I do it every episode. And I mean that shit. I love you, and I pray on my fucking feet. Meaning that I take those actions that Steve was talking about on an everyday basis. And my goal is to see your smile. My goal is to see your goals come true. And this is factual shit. I'm gonna be all right. You understand? So I would like to take that vow for us to promote each other, for us to patronize each other, And on the next episode that we do together, in the continuation of this beautiful subject, we'll have the experience of patronizing each other, and we'll be able to give each other on air live feedback.
That's already in progress, brother-in-law. So you're right in the right vein. I've already connected with Jolie. I've already started following Tremaine. I've already connected her with my makeup artist. I'm on Czo's site.
So y'all here make a move.
All right, well, hey, listen, after this episode, we're gonna start connecting accounts and shit and start wiring shit. Steve, you got some shit coming to you. Tremaine, you got some shit coming to you. Jolly, you got some shit coming to you. Sis, you got some shit coming to you. So on and so forth. And we all gonna throw this dollar around.
Can I say one last thing before we go? I know you don't gotta you can cut this out your recording. But look, if we gonna do that, then look, young lady right here, you know what I mean? The one who said she couldn't be an entrepreneur, maybe she need to brainstorm before the next episode on what, you know what I'm saying, what she would want to do. Something small, something passion based.
So my passion in my life is writing music. I just don't know how to start that. It's writing music, yeah. Like,
Really?
I'm a lyric.
You don't know.
I did not do this episode. I was like, I gotta give a team. Yeah, like I don't like the fact that I can sing is a plus because it brings the vision to life. I don't have to let somebody else try to figure out what I'm trying to say or where the key should be. But my passion is writing music. I mean,
She's been doing it since high school, probably before that.
Everything. I mean, my song. I got songs everywhere.
We're gonna make it all come true.
Now we all got something to work on. You gonna be our project. We're gonna put your project together. We're gonna turn that into a situation that you could manifest into something. You know what I mean? Because now that everybody know, you put it in the atmosphere. You know what I mean?
Right.
Do for us. We can't support everybody and not support you. You one of the queens on the show. You heard?
Right. All right. So, you know, there is no closing remarks. That's it. That's it. We got work to do. Hey, don't you go anywhere. Please subscribe, like, share, do all that stuff. Leave a message too, please. And please, somebody told King I did this shit, man. I can't keep sneaking these intros and outros on if y'all keep telling, all right? Damn.